What's going on, everybody? Gundam Flexing here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the just completed high-grade Momokapool from Gundam Build Divers. So what you see in front of you is the Momokapool, and then his little green sidekick is the mini Momokapool, which is pretty interesting, very simple build. This sort of reminds me of the high-grade mechanics. But before we go into what you see on the screen, I would like to first cover the stickers. And here it is. This is the sticker sheet, and as you can see, just like in the unboxing video, you have a standard template, which is what he has on now. So two little eyes, yellow eyes, little beady eyes on a black sticker, which is the missing portion here. Now what you also get is you also have two little hearts. You get a mono eye just like Zaku's. And of course you get the blank sheet. So what the blank sheet doesn't show you is where the center is. So you will have to eyeball all of these. So he has like these little star eyes. Number 7 I consider angry eyes. And number 8 is the eyes I would consider if you were to bang your toe on a desk. Just squinchy. And then the mini Momokapool has these variation stickers. I chose the angry eyes because a mini Kapool just seems very angry. Of course, you have the same layout. You get the beaded eyes, you get the eyes that looks like you just hit your toe on a desk. You get your stars, you get your lovely hearts, and you got your mono eyes. And that's it. But just keep in mind that this is a black sticker and it does not show you where the center is. So you're going to have to guesstimate it whenever you put it on. And there's also something interesting about the Momokapool's eyes that I would like to cover very shortly. And as tradition, here are all the extra pieces. You get the extra D2 pieces here, and these blue pieces are pretty much the extensions of his arms. You get extra B2 number 10 right here. The other one was accidentally cut out and it was not necessary. So there's actually 2 of these that you see on your screen. You get quite a few leftover PC caps. I always found interesting that most Gunpla kits that doesn't require number 1, that usually goes standard with a head of a more humanoid mecha, but it always comes with the PC caps even though if you never use it. I always thought that was interesting. Here are the rest. And what you don't see on the mini Kapool is his stand. So yes, the little green guy comes with his own little stand. This is the base and this is the pole, and you pretty much just put it on here and he just has his own stand, which is quite interesting. I didn't take it out of the runner. I actually plan to use the mini Kapool and put him inside the bigger one like a Russian doll. So talking about the mini Kapool, very quickly, this is him. He's just a ball. He's angry. This is a pretty interesting design. A very simple build. There's essentially 4 limbs and the front part of his body and the back part of his body. Now whenever you assemble this, keep in mind not to smash the pieces so tightly that you can't unbound them or split them apart as such, because his limbs actually go inside his body. So if I may demonstrate here, I got the nails and I'm just going to try to take them apart very gently here. And as you can see, here are all his limbs. So his legs are 2 little nubs. Here they are. They're just 2 little nubs that go on the bottom, and his arms are pretty much just a single piece. Again, it reminds me so much of the high grade mechanics where it comes with these extra little Gunpla that's like made out of 4 pieces. But this one is pretty interesting. It goes right inside. I'm trying to put it in at the right angle, and it could only go in at a right angle. That way you'd be able to close the body as such. I think it's like that. And again, his limbs, tiny little nub feet, and as you saw, his arms, they just go onto this side, and then you just put it nice together as such, and you have the mini Kapool. And if you want, you could put him inside here like that, except you could probably want to make him face forward a little bit. There you go. There you go. This is a cool little feature. There. Alright, I'm going to dump him out. Mini Kapool. Now, for the Momokapool, looking at his head, I thought this was pretty interesting. So yes, you get the stickers, and of course you get the beaded eyes or whatever custom eyes that you want given the preferences. But opening his mask, you will see that he has a yellow piece right here, and they go directly under the eyepiece. And I think that's interesting because you technically don't need a sticker. If you wanted to, you could paint the whole base black and then use the yellow piece here, and it goes right through the eyes socket, right where the stickers are. So you can see where the yellow sticker is right here. That's where the piece goes in. It just fits snugly in there. I thought that was interesting because you really don't need a sticker if you're going to paint the base black or whatever color that you prefer. The head actually could go all the way down. So if we look at his head, this is what it's supposed to look like, right? But if you look on the side, it's not a perfect sphere. So really his head could go all the way down like this, which covers his eyes. But interesting enough, you're not supposed to do that. Really, his eyes are supposed to go like this, and that's his head, or eyes. Here is this top portion of the head, these little bubbles here. And even looking at his back body, there it is. So he has like thrusters on the back. And this is the cool part of his little dive ball that he could actually just scrunch up into a ball. But before we do that, here is the front plate of his chest that reveals his little his duck bill right there. It's pretty cute. The inside of his armor, the chest plate, actually is hinged on a PC cap, so it could actually go in, it could slide in, and could probably be pushed a little inwards too. So whenever you collapse the armor, you just push it in. Just push it in. But if you want to expand it, you just push it out. Just slightly, just carefully push it out. It is on a PC piece, so that's pretty cool. Expand it. You can even open it up a little bit wider if you wanted to. As such, just open it wide, but you'll have to expand it first. So expand, and there it is. This is how wide you could open it. Putting it back together. And of course, this is not a thruster, that is actually a weapon. It's a beam weapon. And I believe that his fingers are also beam weapons. Looking at his legs, he has like cute little duck feet. Like, almost like a, what is it? What is that Pokemon, that duck Pokemon? Sort of reminds me of like a Wobbuffet, duck Pokemon, and a Hygok. Looking at his shoulders is actually put in through a PC cap from the very top into the ball. So this shoulder piece is pretty much two pieces. You got the top cover, and then you get the rounded sphere at the bottom. What I didn't like about his arms, and this is similar to the Hygok, is that the arms aren't actually connected. Like each segment of the joint isn't connected to an independent ball piece, and if you sort of did it like that, yeah, it would have been bulky. But what I don't like about this is how each ligament joint is attached. It's attached like this. So then you just put it onto the side, which makes it very, very easy to accidentally disconnect or sever his arms. What I also found this a little bit difficult is each of the little tiny cute blue armor pieces here are slides. So they slide in. So if you were to adjust his arm, if you're not too careful, if you grab this piece here, you could accidentally slide it up as such, and then it just becomes loose, and then you're going to have to slide it back in or try to angle it right, slide it back in. That's just a heads up. It's not too super annoying, and it's not a deal breaker. It's just something to be cognizant about, that every time I was adjusting his arms, these little blue pieces would come loose, or that this little segment of his arm would just wholly disconnect, and you have to be careful and just snap it back together. Now his hands, just like a human hands, these little yellow pieces here are weapons, and the top three here are separate pieces. They are, well, no, I'm sorry. They are single pieces that you're supposed to separate, but they come together on the runner. And same goes for the little two fingers here, which is probably like his thumb and his pinky. Right there. So you just slide him into the hand, and his hand comes in two pieces, the front part and the right part. And of course you got the top part right here, which covers the joints. There. And what I also like, especially about the legs, is once you start building enough Gunpla, you sort of know which part you should spend time removing the nub marks and sanding everything down. And in this kit, it's pretty much no exception. Essentially, all the gray pieces, you don't have to remove the nubs because they are actually well hidden. Specifically about his feet, if I may demonstrate. So his little ball joint feet here, if I may demonstrate, if I could push it down a little bit, I don't want to force it out, there it is. So pretty much all the gray pieces on this kit, I did not spend a tremendous amount of time. So you can see here, I just left a giant nub in there because I knew that the vast majority of the gray pieces don't require you to remove them because some sort of armor piece, as an example, will cover it. So I just manually push it down and it's all covered. And I did that for essentially every single gray piece. And that's what I've been doing for the vast majority of the kits too. Accidentally disconnected his leg. Oh no, not the Momokapool, he fell off. There it is. And let's see how this was supposed to be put back on. As such, goes on the side. Grab him, put it inside. Bingo. And that's it. And if I just put back his arm, there it is. Now his ball mode essentially requires, if I may demonstrate, his little ball mode is right here on the back of the instruction pamphlet. So it's exactly what it looks like. You just strip out his arms, you cover down his shoulder plates, and you have a ball mode, which pretty much is like the Kawaii version of the Big Zam, right? Because he has legs. So looking at this guy, all you have to do is just put his head all the way down with the 2 armor plates. Sort of squeeze him back into position with the PC caps. There, you just sort of close him there. May not shut all the way. There it is. And then again, you just strip off his arms. Strip off his arms. You put his 2 shoulder flaps down. And there you go. Big Zam 2.0. Here we go. Let's add his little green sidekick like a Russian doll. And it's pretty funny because with this guy, you don't even have to put him in the right place or position. There is no correct position because, I mean, he could be even like be facing down and the whole thing would still shut. You know what I mean? There it is. That is the ball mode. Boom. There it is. There, just want to make him balance. There it is. Boom, ball mode, and he's peeking a little bit just because of the camera angle. This is Momokapool. And overall, this kit is very elementary, very basic. Surprisingly enough, because of the spherical shape, the box is about this big, which is roughly around like 3.5 inches. But in all, this kit took me less than an hour and 30 minutes, and that is not me rushing. I was actually very focused and very deliberate with the nub removal, especially on the light blue. This kit is quite interesting. It is part of the Build Divers series, so it is something more catered to children. But yeah, that's all I have for this review. If you have the time, you have the money, I would recommend it. It would definitely be some interesting eye candy, especially in contrast to all the more combat arms type of units designed to literally kill human beings. But as always, guys, if you have any questions and comments, please post it down in the section below. I appreciate you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.